Hello everyone and welcome back to Every Other Saturday. So in today's video we're going to discuss the second leg of the Europa League against Slavia Prague. Now guys, this time it's at home. We knew what we were up against from the last time, but will there be anything different? As always guys, if you're new round about here, please consider hitting the subscribe button, helping us get to ever closer to that end of season target of 200. We're sitting at about 188 just now, so we're really close to getting there. Hopefully we can push and get to that 200 subscribers tally before the end of the season. And also, smash the wee like button and share it around your socials to help us get out to as many people as possible and keep the channel growing and keep it relevant. But as we have previewed this almost a week ago, I'm not going to bore you and get into too much detail. We're just going to see exactly what's changed, what could be up against us at the home leg, and see what the script is with us. So let's not waste any more time now guys and dive straight into today's video.
Every other Saturday's my half day off, and it's off to the match I go. Happily we wander down the couplet.
So just like last time guys, we know exactly what we're coming up against a wee bit better now though. We thought it was going to be a hard tie before, but this time we know it's going to be. We know we're bringing them back to Ibrox. We've got the 1-1 draw. We're bringing that away goal back, but what will they be bringing? Now, there is a few changes. We know exactly how they kind of went back into the league, and they've went out and they've dominated their last game, to be honest. I think they had the game wrapped up within 40 minutes or something. So it wasn't exactly unexpected that was going to happen. We know this team are quick, they're powerful, and they're super strong, and they're very well organised. So we know exactly that this team wasn't going to go out and struggle at the weekend. They took that one each draw and they really kind of bounced on from it. Now, granted, they've had that game to keep themselves in the momentum and stuff like that. Yes, we've had to sit and wait, but as much as them having the game and you think to yourself that they'll be tired and they'll have run down through it, I genuinely don't think that's the case. I think they're going to take this game and they're just going to run with it because they've kept that momentum going in the league with the undefeated stuff that they've got going. Same idea as what we do, but coming back to Ibrox, look at what they did when they went to Leicester at the King Power. They just went out and they did what they needed to do and they got through to the next round. So we can't take this for granted. Just because it's at Ibrox doesn't mean anything, to be honest. Now, I was a lot more confident at the end of the game in the reaction video. I was a lot more confident thinking, oh, we're coming back to Ibrox and it's a guarantee. But when you see them going out at the weekend, yes, we didn't have a game and they did, but when you see them going out at the weekend and being so confident and forthright and getting that game put to bed as early as they did, it kind of sets the tone because they rested a good few players. They kept most of the kind of mainstays in there, but they rested a good few players. And yes, we know they're not going to have their centre half that obviously took the yellow card, which is obviously banned for this match, but he's widely tipped to be a really, really good up and coming as well. He's only 20-year-old, that guy. Forgive me for not remembering his name, but it is late at night and I apologise for the video going out a wee bit late. They've rested a few of their players. They did this intentionally. We always knew it was going to happen. I don't think that they're going to be coming out and they're going to be changing too much, to be fair as well. So we know what they're bringing to the table. We know that when they've got the ball, they're going to be very decisive with it. Now, it being at Ibrox, we have that opportunity to almost stranglehold the first 15 to 20 minutes. Now, we know how strong we are at home and we know what it means to play at Ibrox. This team just seems that wee bit stronger for me than anything we've came up against, and quite rightly so, because this is the last 16 of the Europa League, excuse me. So I just don't see this being a dull performance from them. I really don't. I feel that they're going to come out and they're going to try and prove a point, because they did it, as I say, they did it at the King Power Stadium. They came out, they got their 2 goals and they ran with it, and you can't really grumble with that. So coming to Ibrox, yes, it's a stronghold, but we need to make sure it stays that way. And with that being said, looking at the Rangers side of things, we have a few changes in the squad. We don't have Ryan Jack. He won't be a part of tomorrow night, and that's fair enough to me. It looks to me as if it's maybe a save for the old firm. Might just be the sheer fact he's maybe picking up a knock in training or something, but I think he's been saved for the Old Firm game. I'm more than confident in the team that we've got going, and we will get to my team selection. Now, I know I didn't put out on Facebook or Facebook or Twitter or anything like that and asking your opinion, but it's been a bit of a hectic week guys, and I do apologise, but we'll get back into the normal swing of it. As I say, we've had a good week off, and I've kind of just took a bit of time to not focus on putting videos out and just kind of focus on other things, but we'll get back into the normal swing of it as we get into a good kind of rhythm again. So I do apologise, but bear with us on that one. But when it comes to team selection from us, I feel like we have more than enough in the bank. We've got a midfield that can be chopped and changed round about, Jack not being there as well, knowing full well that what we're going to put out will be strong enough. And they'll show themselves in good lights. We've got Morelos and Kent and Hadji up front all firing on form. Whether it is all three of them or not, we'll get to that in a bit. But we've got a defence that's nice and strong, and we've got Alan McGregor who he's that good at saving. I'm pretty sure he could save Celtic's season. But it's one of those things, guys, we need to get out and we need to take the game quickly. Maybe not get out there and score just as fast as you would like, but take control of the game, right? We know how fast they came out and how quickly that they can play. So we need to make sure that the midfield and the defence is nice, tight and strong straight away. Gerrard's come out and he said these exact things in the presser, that they knows exactly what's coming against them, because let's face it, they're not going to change up too much. So knowing what's coming against us, we know what we can play for. So this midfield and this defence being ever so slightly stronger than we've seen away over in Slavia, it makes me kind of confident in my head to know that we're going to be changing up ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. I'm not asking for a full sweeping change, just ever so slightly to expect a wee bit higher tempo, higher strength team coming against us than maybe what we're used to in the likes of your league teams and stuff like that. Now again, that's no disrespect to MD in the Scottish League, but I think it's safe to say that Slavia is maybe just a wee step up to what we're used to seeing, even at the top end of the league. But we do have a very important game on the horizon on Sunday, and I can understand Jack's involvement not being there for that reason. But what I like to hear from Gerrard straight away in that press conference was the fact that he is not focusing at all on the weekend. The game that we're coming up tomorrow is high priority. It's a massive chance for us to take that amazing step to the last 8. I mean, what he's done and what he's achieved in this season to get us to the last 8 again is just that next step. Like, we took the step to the last 16 last year, getting to the next step of the last 8, it just shows progression. And if I'm right, forgive me if I'm 100% wrong on this, but if we win and progress into the last 8, it puts Scotland for the following season having an actual group stage qualifier, just straight into the group stages in the Champions League and the Scottish SPL. Now that's a big deal for us to have. It's took us a while. We've lost that because of, well, let's not be kidding, because Rangers were unfairly demoted because of all that, and because we just had Celtic not really performing in Europe and other teams getting maybe 1-2 qualifiers, not building up that coefficient. But with Rangers doing so well season after season consecutively, it's given us that chance to have that automatic qualification place for the Champions League, and it's something that Scotland desperately needs. Because I will actually hold my hands up here, right? When we weren't there, it did suck for everyone else that was left to qualify, because yes, it was Celtic, and I'm not saying anything big for them, but at the end of the day, when we did get dropped down and the coefficient was so quickly lost, as well as Celtic did, it was very difficult for them to progress further. So we had other teams struggling to qualify for the Europa League, but you also had Celtic struggling to qualify for the Champions League, which was a big snowball effect. And yes, it's their fault for not qualifying, fair enough, but with them not qualifying, it brings that coefficient down or plateaus it. And with us doing so well and progressing to the latter stages of these European competitions, it's fantastic to know that when 2 in a row starts to pop around, then there's a very good chance that qualification straight into the Champions League group stages is a big deal, because just by winning the league, you're not having to play 2, 3, 4 qualifiers to get your big Champions League money. Winning the league guarantees you, and that's what starts the ball rolling, I think, to both teams, or to any team that's qualifying for the Champions League or the Europa League. But moving away from the Scottish kind of coefficient side of things, I'm very confident and looking forward to the game tomorrow. I know this video is going to go up late, and I keep saying tomorrow. You might see it day of game, and I do apologise for that. But as I say, lots of things to be dealing with through the week, so I do apologise about that. But looking forward to getting back into making videos again. But with that being said though, guys, let's take a quick look at what could possibly be the team line for tomorrow. So guys, I don't think we're going to see too many sweeping changes, to be brutally honest. I think that obvious midfield, maybe the front 3 could be where we see the changes. But for myself, I'm going to go with the ever-present, ever-fantastic Alan McGregor, with a Patterson, Goldson with the armband. I'm going to say Hollander at the back alongside him with Barisic. The midfield, I'm probably going to go with obvious Davis. I'm going to give it to Kamara, and I think we'll see a Rebo. The only one there that might change out, Rebo might change out for Arfield, but I'm going to go with Rebo. And the front three, I'm going to go with Morelos, Kent, and I could say Roof, but I'm going to go with Hadji. I'm going to go with the front three of the Morelos, Kent and Hadji. Now I say that because there is option for change there is, but I just think that front three needs to be as consistent. We've had that from them. We know fine well what they're capable of, and I think changing it and chopping it now is a bit daft. So we'll take it from there and we'll go with that front three. But this is usually the time when I stick in your score predictions, guys. We get a wee graphic up on screen and we see what you're thinking. Now again, I apologise for the fact that it's not there, but as I say, just things getting in the way. So we'll get back to that for the next one, and hopefully you guys will still stay nice and involved in the channel. So please don't hate me straight away, don't get down in the comments and start slagging. But for my score prediction, I think, if I'm brutally honest, I want to say 2-0, I do. But I think it's going to end up a 2-1. I do think it's going to be a 2-1 victory for Rangers. I think we're going to get out there, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite an even game throughout, even with the scoreline finishing the way I think it's going to finish. It's going to be a narrow margin of victory. I don't think that it's going to be a whitewash. I genuinely don't think as well that they're going to sit back and just accept their fate. So for me, 2-1's a fair result. I think it's an obvious one and quite a favourites kind of score. But I'm going to go with 2-1 with Rangers. I'm going to say Morelos is getting his goal, and again, the forever firing Ryan Kent. I believe that's the way it's going to go, and I don't know why, but I feel as if it could be a set piece or maybe another kind of wonder goal stuff we're going to see from Slavia as well. I don't genuinely think that Rangers concede goals terribly, to be fair, and it has to be something special when we concede goals, and I think that's exactly what they'll probably bring in. It's going to be a thriller to watch. It's going to keep us on the edge of our seats. It's an 8 o'clock kick-off, so we've got a bit of time to build up to get to that as well, which does slightly annoy me sometimes. I like a 5 o'clock game so you can get it watched quick. But, sorry, 6 o'clock game, don't know why I said 5. But, again, we're gonna have a big fight on our hands. We need to get out there. We need to stamp our aggression as quick as we can. Exactly what they did last week. Make the game out of their reach quick. Almost make it too much of a mountain to climb for them, and then we can just keep progressing and doing what we do always and keep this consistent level that we've had. And I don't think it's going to be too hard for us to do that, but they'll probably go out of their way to make it a difficult challenge for us. So all in, guys, I think we're going to have a fantastic 50-50 game. I think it's going to be knife-edge stuff. I think we're going to see some fantastic performances from start to finish. From both sides. I definitely like to start threatening that goalkeeper the way he likes to play with the ball at his feet. A bit too sporadic for me. So let's start threatening that as well. But all in, I'm very hopeful of a 2-1 win for Rangers. Get down in that comment section below button. Let me know exactly what you're thinking. I want to know what your score predictions will be, because obviously I've not had a chance to interact with you this week. But let me know what your score predictions are, and if you think I'm wrong with the team line, let me know as well. Thank you so much for watching though, guys. Thanks for waiting and patiently in the next video coming out. I know we've had a bit of a gap, but again, time to do our own thing. Hopefully that gap keeps us nice and rested and keeps the minutes and the legs there, you know what I mean? We've had a chance to train properly after winning the league and having a bit of a swally, shall we say. So we've had proper training sessions in now, and we've got ourselves back to a level where we know that we can keep performing again. So tomorrow night, bull by the horn stuff, get out there, do our job first and do it well, and I think we'll be fine. But as I say, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you're new round about here, like the video and share it round about your socials as well to help the channel grow. As always, guys, I've been every other Saturday, and I will see you on the next one.